What's up YouTube? Infected Xenon here, finally back with a Inzektor deck profile for, I'll say March 2014 because it's pretty much March already. And this is the deck I played all format, what I'm currently playing and what I probably will continue to play coming into the next format. I'll probably change decks soon after the format begins, but in the first couple of weeks of the format, I'll still be playing Inzektors because, you know, it's the only deck I have on me at the moment. And it's a fun deck that wins games because Inzektor Hornet is a fucking bitch. So this is going to be pretty in-depth. So if you don't know what Inzektors do, you'll definitely learn today. So Inzektor Hornet, main card of the deck, it's at 1 for a reason. He's like a Molly, he's like a lot of things. He's like an annoying bitch. He's like the girlfriend that you hate. He's like the kid in class that everyone does not like. He's Inzektor Hornet. Pretty much all Inzektors less than level 5 have the trait that they can once per turn equip an Inzektor from their hand or graveyard to them. And all Inzektors, while they're equipped to another Inzektor, have an effect. This one, the Inzektor that it's equipped to, gains 500 attack and his level is increased by 3. Also, you can unequip him to target one card on the field and destroy it. So he adds key plays because Inzektor Dragonfly and Inzektor Centipede, when an equipped card is unequipped from them, they do effects. Inzektor Dragonfly, when an equipped card is unequipped from him, you special summon an Inzektor from your deck, any Inzektor, and Centipede searches any Inzektor card. So, for instance, let's say for your turn you use Dragonfly's effect to equip Inzektor Hornet. Inzektor Hornet's effect to pop a card on the field. Inzektor Dragonfly's effect will also activate. So, Hornet, you're popping a card. With Dragonfly, you're special summoning a copy of an Inzektor from your deck. Then you can just use this one's effect to equip Hornet again, pop one of their cards, and use Centipede's effect to search. So pretty much you're gaining advantage off of Hornet, and Hornet is the main one. Now Inzektor Centipede and Dragonfly, since they have the effect that when an Inzektor is unequipped from them, they do not get effects they can't unequip themselves from an Inzektor to gain another one's effect. So these ones can gain effects when an Inzektor is unequipped, but they can't unequip themselves from an Inzektor. So when this one's equipped to an Inzektor, it gains 3 levels, and the same with Dragonfly, and that's it. That's all they do, but they're still your 5 best cards of the deck. And it's pretty much your engine of the deck. Now, Inzektor Gigamantis, get jiggy with it. Jay-Z, as I call him, is your playmaker. He's your OTK maker. So he equips himself without having to use an Inzektor's effect. Like, he just automatically equips himself like if he was an equip spell. Now, while he's sent to the graveyard, while he was equipped to an Inzektor that's still face up on the field, you special summon an Inzektor from your graveyard. So this is how pretty much you want to work with him. You pretty much want to summon Dragonfly, use a Gigamantis to equip itself as if it was an equip card. Then you activate Dragonfly's effect to equip Hornet to it. Then you activate Hornet's effect to send himself to the graveyard to pop a card on the field. You target Gigamantis to destroy it. Now Dragonfly, since 2 cards were unequipped from him, you special summon twice from your deck, summoning 2 Centipedes, Centrifuge, PewDiePie, and then Gigamantis' effect resolves, and you can special summon an Inzektor from your graveyard. So he allows for OTK plays. He's how you OTK in this deck. Now, you pretty much always want to OTK as fast as possible because this deck cannot grind. Well, it can grind to an extent, but it can't, like, you know, it's not going to out-resource you. So you pretty much would rather OTK than grind, but whatever. Now, Ladybug is another way of getting early unequips and searches with Centipede and special summons with Dragonfly. Now, whenever he's equipped to an Inzektor, the Inzektor gains 500 attack as well, and you can unequip him to increase the level of the Inzektor by up to 2, but at minimum 1. So, pretty much, to get your plays off early, you summon Centipede, for instance, use its effect to equip Ladybug, send Ladybug to graveyard to increase his level by 1, and then search your Dragonfly or Hornet, depending on your hand. So 3 Ladybug is pretty mandatory, I would say in this build at least. Maybe not in the Summoner Bunk, Lavabo Chain build, but I don't run that build, namely because I can't afford Lavabo Chain. 1 Inzektor Hopper. Inzektor Hopper is the man. He's literally just here because when you want to quote-unquote grind, you can just summon Hopper, equip Hornet, pop a card, and swing for 17. So that's literally the only reason I want 1 of him. But, you know, he's not bad. Then I play Dark Dragon. We play 10 Inzektors that are all dark. They're easy to access with your graveyard by equipping them to a face-up Inzektor. And this is pretty consistently brought out. If you draw this in the first 2 or 3 turns, you're going to summon him. Then to speed through your deck, I run 2 card cards. I know I was playing 3 before, but I did find myself dead drawing this a lot. When I'm trying to quote-unquote grind, I draw card D, and I don't like that because, like, when you're grinding, you're not going to have much back row to protect yourself. Now, you can go card D, draw 2 cards, but after you use all your resources, you're pretty much not going to be able to do anything with the cards you draw. You're just stalling for your ultimate defeat. Now, 2 card D is great. I do usually go into double card D a lot, especially with duality, and 2 card D is all I would need. I wouldn't see myself running 3 anymore in this deck. Now, that's it for monsters. That is 13 monsters. For spells, 3 Upstart Goblin, you gotta play it. I wasn't a big fan of Upstart Goblin at first, but after lots and lots of testing, Upstart Goblin, making your deck 37 cards is so good. Like, literally, I can play 3 Upstart Goblin in any deck and I'll be satisfied now. At first, I wasn't a big fan of the theory, but, you know, it's a good theory for a reason. It's probably going to get hit on the ban list, so this deck might need a new ban list video. Now, 3-part of Duality. You know, Duality card D is the best opening play. Like, going Duality, going Upstart, and going card D. Like, you just dig through, like, 5-6 cards of your deck, and you're a happy camper. Plus, like, going Centipede, Hornet, Pop, Search, and then Duality is also a good way to cut through your deck. I like 3 Duality. I wouldn't come running any less, because you can also go, like, Duality, reveal Dark Arm Dragon, or Duality, reveal, like, MST, Duality, reveal any traps that you may need, maybe reveal a Foolish Burial to get Hornet into graveyard faster. He just lets you see through your top 3 cards of your deck and make a good guess as to what would be the best pick. 3 MSTs is mandatory in this format against Murmills and Fireface, and it actually helps you against yours, because as long as they are equipped and you MST one of the Inzektors, the one that's on the field still gets the effect. So MST works both offensively and defensively in a deck like this. Then 2 Inzektor Swords, Zek Calibers. I might see myself running just 1, but for now 2 has been working fantastic. It allows you to OTK. You can add this off Centipede's effect through your deck. The equipped Inzektor gains 800 attack, and when it's sent to the graveyard, while it was face up, you target 1 Inzektor in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. So while you're OTKing, you add back Gigamantis and re-equip him to gain more effects and such like that. It's really good at 2. You could use it at 1, but you would just have to use it more carefully. Now with 2, you have things like, I forgot to mention, when Inzektor Gigamantis is equipped, the original attack of the monster becomes 2400. So you can easily go like Ladybug. This is for like almost 4,000 points of damage. So Ladybug, equip Gigamantis, and her original attack becomes 2400. Now you activate her effect to equip either a Hornet or another copy of herself to her, and she gains 500 for either or. Let's just say we're going to add Ladybug for now. So her attack is 2900. Then you equip a Zek Caliber to her, and she's 3700. That's not saying you have another one to make her even beefier, but 3700 is almost 2 attacks per game, which is crazy from a little Ladybug. And it happens. It really does happen. Sometimes you just want to beat down. And then my 2 1-ups, Foolish, Book of Moon. I don't run Allure because I don't play that many monsters. In the Armageddon build or the Tour Guide build, you can run Allure because you have, you know, Tour Guides or Summoner Monks to banish. But here you kind of have a low monster count that you kind of want to use all of them to their fullest advantage. Now that is 13 spells as well, leaving for 14 traps. And let's get on with the traps. Now the best trap, of course, is 3 Reckless Greed. Reckless Greed, just dig through your deck. You kind of want to activate these in a timely manner. You don't just want to randomly Reckless Greed. Like, if they MST this, you don't always want to chain it if you can't make plays in your hand, because you don't want to lock yourself out of drawing either. Like, I don't know. I think, like, with playing Reckless Greed for this entire format and a little bit of last format, and I've even used it in other decks like Dark World, but that's not what I'm trying to get. I think that I've actually gotten to a point where I use Reckless Greed 100% efficient, and I don't, like, I use it like as most efficient. Like, after you want to use this, of course, after you go digging through your deck, digging through all your resources, getting your Centipede Searchers, your Dragonfly summons. Like, if you have 2 of these set, wait till you go Dragonfly, summon everything from your deck possible, Centipede Search all the things possible. Then at the end of that, go Reckless Greeding into getting more traps to defend yourself, and then skipping 2 turns is whatever when you have the back row to win the game. Now, some of the back row, here's the rest of it, the real traps, quote unquote. 3 Wabaku. You want to protect your monsters, especially since you play such a low count. You can play Threatening Roar over this. I just like Wabaku better. It's really player preference, I guess. Threatening Roar could be better because you Gladiator Beasts won't get their effects off you, but whatever. If you're playing Gladiator Beasts, you're probably, I don't know. So 3 Fiendish Chains, sorry about that. I hit the tripod, which is beautiful. 3 Fiendish Chains. Negating effects is great. I don't like playing Baylor in this deck, unless I was going to try to incorporate a BLS, but I'm not. So 3 Fiendish Chains works just well. They waste their MSTs on this, that's fine by me. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad, and it's an easy side out. I like it more than Baylor, honestly, in this deck. I don't know why, I just do. Baylor, though, could put in work because of the fact that it's a tuner. Now for my 5 Sexy Traps, I play these. You can put whatever you like, player preference, but I'll give my explanations for these. Now, Kalahanid, after you OTK, after you do your shenanigans, you pretty much just want to, like, Call of the Haunted, maybe during the OTK you messed up, you can Call of the Haunted back one of your monsters and do like an additional like 15 or like 16 to 2400 more, because you can just bring back Gigamantis with this. You can bring back any XYZ you brought out with this. You can do a lot of good plays with Call of the Haunted. Now, you can also just like, if you go first turn Centipede and they kill it after you get your first search, you can just Call of the Haunted it back, pop another card, and do more stuff. So it's good. Call of the Haunted is great. I wouldn't bump it up more than one. One is just fine. If you draw it, it's good. But you really don't want to open. You don't want to draw multiple copies of this. I don't know. I just like one. Compulse any XC that they bring out, namely number 101. You just want to bounce it back. Although this card is an easy card that if you don't want to run it, you don't have to, because it's pretty bad considering Fire Fist is a deck this format and they don't XCs as much. Now Torrential Tribute's a good call in this deck because first turn, you can just set cards that when they're in the graveyard unequip themselves, like Ladybug and Hornet. I've done this plenty of times. Set this, and you set that Torrential. They overextend summon 3 or 4 monsters. You Torrential. Your Hornet goes to graveyard. It's ready to pop shit, and they just lost a good amount of monsters on their side of the field. So it's a really good card. I like Torrential. It just punishes players that are overextending, so you never really want to fall into that. And people never see Torrential coming because people don't play Torrential as much anymore. Now Warning is good. I might see myself taking this out because I'm in the theory of Patrick Hoban. I just want to have cards in my deck that I can just draw whenever I want and they're live. And Solemn Warning doesn't have that thing, because if you have less than 2,000 and you draw this, it's literally a dead card. Now you can play anything over this. I would probably could see myself, if you want, taking these 2 out and putting Mirror Forces. But it's working for now, but I see that where the inconsistencies can come with this card, but it's just too powerful of a card not to have, honestly. And then Bottomless, of course, because of Fire Fist, and it's just generally good. Now, my extra deck, I always have my Moki Mokis on top. If you want to send me Moki Moki so I can complete my army and have as like 300 Moki Mokis, you're fantastic, and I appreciate it. And I also have D-Boys, but I'll probably just take them out when I get more Moki Mokis. Yeah. So Gachi. You can play Daigusto Phoenix or any rank 2. I'm just going to breeze on through my extra deck. My extra deck is really bad and incomplete for the most part. These are just my rank 3s. You can obviously run Alucard. You can run just about anything you want here. This is just what I have pretty much. Alucard's a good addition. And this is the MVP of the extra deck, my Equipped Engineer. And then second place would probably be Levier, just because you can get back your Banished Hornets or whatever you want. Oh shit, I dropped it again. You never want to say that in jail. That's a fact. Now Levier brings back like your banished, make sure it brings you back your banished Hornets, brings back anything that's banished games 2 and 3. So if they're like Sight and Hate, you just go fuck you Levier, that's why. And now my rank 4s that I play are just pretty much these Diamond Direwolf good for removal, Dweller good for Mermails, Cowboy good for ending game, and Maestro good for, you know, that. Obviously I don't have 101 or Excited Knight or Master Key Beetle on me, so yeah. I play this deck fairly well. You barely ever go into the extra deck, and the only extra deck cards I've ever gone into recently is, of course, my Equipped Engineer, Levier, Volcasaurus. I've gone Volcasaurus, Gaia Charger for game plenty of times. Shark Fortress for OTKs, Tears because it's good, and then yeah, that's my extra deck. Again, I barely go into XCs because you pretty much want to keep, like I said, your Inzektors on the field so that they can pop shit and do good stuff for you. Like, they don't want to do bad stuff for you. They want to do bad stuff to your opponent. Like, this guy just hates your opponent. He's like, again, like the Molly. Like, you just sell this to your opponent and they're just not going to want it. They're going to cry. They're going to sweat. They're going to fucking bitch and moan. But Inzektor Hornet is there to just win you games. And that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, please leave a like rating for the sexiness that is Inzektors. Yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Infected Xenon out. Have a good one, guys. Peace.